Bing. Alright guys, hello to the show. I wanna put a note somewhere on the screen that I'm a sleepy streamer and that I'm not in the perfect condition to perform at my best. And perhaps that has been the case in every single stream so far, but maybe it's even worse today, but let's see. I'm still looking forward to the tournament, and I'm happy to be here to perform for whoever is gonna join to watch me perform and comment on the matches. Yeah, so text us sleepy stream. Alright, and then we put it in a small text somewhere here. I still have 20 seconds before the game starts, so I think I'm in time of this sort of design thing. Sleepy streamer, let's put it right here. I think it's fine. And yeah, and I'm in the coat, wearing winter coat, because wait, never mind, let me just get into the games. I promised very exciting stuff, and yeah, let's see how it goes. I think everything works. I'm not sure actually. I have so many screens on my screen that I'm confused with this extreme amount of screens, that maybe there is one screen too many somehow. And yeah, the game has started. Very weird opening by a man, Carp 98, but if that's what he wants to do, let him do that. That's his right. He deserves it. And in the meantime, I can also add some more games. So there is Ranvir and Molten Chess, two very strong guys. There's William and Jair Sanchez-Tejas, also two very strong guys. Marvelous Deutschland and Hendrik 42, exciting stuff. And then we also have, how much space do I have left? One more game. Let's add, who do we have here? Who do I know? Dushan is playing against Enes Nutsk. I think that sounds nice. But let me go to the game of Harp 98, Aman versus Runter von Mir. Yeah, the exciting stuff, the exciting match. Very passive structure is some sort of cow or hybrid of hedgehog, hippo, and cow from Aman. And yeah, the black is just having a normal solid structure, and white is already 1 minute behind. Not a great start, so he will have to do some magic to make it work. And in case he's listening to the stream, focus on the game, sir. You have to have your priorities right. So e4 push, what does it mean? It means that the bishop on f5 is attacked. And where can it go actually? I guess e6 is okay, g6 is also cool. g4 is a pin which is not as effective since it would pin a bishop, sort of unequal piece to pin to, so I'm not sure if it's that effective. Yes, he goes to g6. Normal stuff. What will white do? I would consider knight to d2 on the first glance. Is there another issue? Maybe a3 to maybe push this bishop more and also prevent the idea of knight to b4. He's playing knight to c3, also reasonable. But yeah, I would probably prefer it here on d2, but whatever. That's just me and my bird opening ideas. Hello Ranvir, welcome to the show, welcome to the stream. We are having a Hamburg Sunday tournament. Actually, yeah, now that I see, I have a wrong date on the screen, don't I? Let me adjust the date, if I can find it. Here it is. So we have 15th February, so I have to change that. 15th, not 25, 15th February 2026. And that text looks too big. Let's make it smaller. All right. I'm working like a professional here, an actual streaming professional. And yeah, queenside castling from black, and yeah, honestly, not much is happening, but I think white is slightly worse in terms of position, but yeah, difference is minimal, and I think the time is the major aspect here. White is for some reason 2 minutes behind. Why is he playing so slow? I'm not sure. Does he not know that we're playing blitz and not rapid? it could be the reason, but we'll find out soon. And yeah, he's thinking way too long on these moves. Yeah, but yeah, this is an alright move. What will black do? So normally you would go somewhere here maybe, but then you would open this side, although this might be okay, I'm not sure. Yeah, actually there's something to discuss here. If he goes bishop to b6 and knight retakes, I mean knight captures the bishop on b6, which of the pawns is better? I think actually taking with a pawn is alright, because it will take some time for white to actually navigate the pieces to that open a file on the black side. So it wouldn't be that big of a weakness right away, especially considering that white takes around 1 minute on each move. The same time, black also took a minute, I think, to make this move. I think he's also confused about what to do with this bishop. Maybe he's thinking about b4, or maybe even actually d4 and then force some exchanges in the center of the board. Cannot be that bad, right? But yeah, both players are taking suspiciously long time to make a move. I probably could have even removed my code, but I kind of want to stay in the zone, to stay focused, to make it seem obvious that I just came from the street, committed to the show, to make it ready as soon as possible, to not waste a second. And I want to maintain this image for every single spectator. Please know that I came here just for you. The stream is running just for you. And yeah, bishop to b6 after almost 2 minutes of time actually just for this move. What is happening in this game? Why do these guys take so much time on very simple moves? And I hope white doesn't spend another minute on this, because I will just get very confused, I'll get frustrated, and maybe I will just go away. Okay, so I see in the chat on WhatsApp that people are complaining about connection issues. And that may very well be the reason for very slow moves. Yeah, interesting. So chess.com is having some issues again. Is there some tournament running right now that they're focused on? The Freestyle World Championship, is it killing the internet? Is it German internet in general? Because we're all in Germany. Maybe we are all equally suffering from something. I don't know, but the time is a major issue here. Yeah. So very interesting discussion on WhatsApp group. I'm curious to find out the truth behind it. And I will join the chat. It seems the crowd is unhappy with the tournament. I mean, I would also be unhappy, because we're playing for big trophy here, for serious trophy. And the stakes are high, and the nerves are on its highest, especially when, yeah, when we're experiencing connection issues. Yeah, I guess this is something I could address. Maybe I could send a WhatsApp message to chess.com stuff. I mean, my contact person isn't really responsible for this kind of thing, so even if I contact now, nothing will change immediately. But at least, yeah, what is happening? Maybe the global internet issues. So now Aman and Runter Fournier both have 1 minute on the clock. And yeah, people in the chat are discussing some cyber attack, end of the world, North Korea. Yeah, scary stuff. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to get political on YouTube live stream, but I hope it all ends well. Yeah, there seems to be something wrong. And I will write in the chat, let's hope that it gets fixed soon. And yeah. Yeah, I guess people will lose on time a lot. Let's go around the games actually. So there's Ranvir against Molten Chess. Each of them took like 1 minute on the move. For this reason, I assume also the same thing is happening here in Yair and William game. Both players made very slow moves, assuming because of the time issue. Now this game also previous moves have been very slow. Now a bunch of pre-moves. Very serious stuff is happening. I will even share the screenshot in the chat in a moment. Every single game has this time graph. Yeah, but let's see. So Aman unfortunately lost on time. Yeah, that's not how he expected to start this tournament, but that's how it is. And let's see what's happening here. So I guess it got fixed. We're back into action. And I see Hendrik also won, yeah, on time I assume. And now this was some very intense finishing moments. 5 seconds against 9. Molten Chess against Ranvir 100. What is happening? Who's going to win? Ranvir has 6 points up of material, but only 1 second up. The stakes are high and nerves are nerving, and I'm also very nervous. What's gonna happen? Honestly, White just need to trade the rooks and flag, but it wasn't possible because it isn't so easy to do in such a stressful situation. All right, I think we'll move into next round very soon. And yes, it is indeed round number 2. And yeah, let me choose a game very quick. Honestly, I want to see something epic, and for that reason we'll go to this match. Actually, Molten Chess has 2000 rating points. I'm excited to see this. He's playing as NS Nutk. And let me add some more games to the tab. And yeah, at least I think the issue got fixed. Yeah, alright, but let's continue. The tournament is still continuing, and we want to... yeah, we want to see the show go. To see the show move. Here we have Marvelous against Dusan Silva. Here we have Hendrik against Robert De Miro. And let's choose one more. Let's give my boy Aman another chance. He's playing against Vaisak Mohan, Indian Derby, and round number 2. But for now, I think I will go to Molten Chess against NS Nutk. So there's something happening here. I'm actually not sure what, because White has already lost castling rights, but he's 2 points up of material. So basically it seems 1 minor piece for a pawn. All right. Sounds like a good trade for losing castling rights. I would take that personally, and so should you. Yeah, I really want to join the chat on WhatsApp, but yeah, I cannot just multitask that well. So let's stay here. And if you want to talk to me, use the YouTube chat or some other chat, I don't know. Whatever chat you use, feel free to use it. I will talk to you. Right here, right now. So queen goes to c7. I guess there's some potential battery on the c-file, but black is still pushing through the ranks. There are 2 open files around the central squares. Queenside castling for black. Black king runs to the safe square. Queen was under attack a moment ago, but it's not hard to escape. It would be nice to have light squared bishop for black to pin this queen to the king, but of course that's not an option, and white is playing extremely aggressively. Another file is about to get open. A takes b is very natural. Retakes of the knight so that king can still hide behind the a7 pawn. If I'm white, I might consider putting everything around here on the a file, like rook to here, or even bishop a5. Why not just attack, just put things forward, just go ahead, never stop. Oh, he retakes with the pawn, and I guess That sort of makes it even more dangerous for black's king, but alright. What will white do now? Yeah, let's not forget white is up a piece, so it will be much easier to play for him. And when you're up a material, you can just trade pieces and it's supposed to be good for you, and so he does. He trades one rook and he puts his queen forward to attack. Nothing complicated. And black is also trying to do something here, but I think he can just recapture with the knight, but I guess he doesn't want to because it would open the square for the rook to attack. Reasonable enough. Yeah, now all black's pieces are working here to defend the king. I think for white, the idea could be, yeah, to bring this knight over, but it's not so easy because this pawn is actually being annoying. Yeah. So what is he trying to do now? So rook went back to a1. Ah, so he's forcing this kind of trade, alright? They traded queens and now... Yeah, it was very smart actually. Very impressive stuff by Molten Chess, that's why he's 2000 rated. Right here, right meow. And let me see on WhatsApp, nothing new there. And on the other games are still continuing and I don't see big issues from the time. But I'm of course not checking the games. So yeah, black has very scary looking pawns on G and H files. Will he be actually able to utilize those and create a very strong attack? I think he might. So rook to h7 would be a reasonable move. Yeah, he plays rook to h7 and now this push is possible. So yeah, he prevents the push by putting the rook to h3, very smart. And now there's this sort of tactic, he can win the pawn because it's pinned to the rook. And yeah, very smart stuff by both players. Yeah, I guess he could take the pawn, right? And if black comes over here, there's still a knight to defend from any danger. However, he should be careful about the pinning ideas, of course. Instead, he brings his knight as his king over to defend. Yeah, so white is not in a haste to take the pawn. I guess there are bigger issues at the moment. And yeah, king was brought over to c2 to defend the b2 pawn. And now I don't see any risks for white. So the rook obviously needs to move somewhere nice. And I'm not sure where that is. And now this move has been played. Black doesn't want to take it because it would mean... yeah, I strongly disagree, but maybe black has a plan. Now this one rook has to deal with everything. It's like being the only IT specialist in a company, in a very big company. Alright, and you have to deal with every single IT issue that you have. Yeah, now this rook is sort of trapped there. There's nowhere this rook can go. And white can easily win the g3 pawn. So this is the move, alright. Black tries to bring another pawn over, but I just don't see it. And now this pawn can run. Of course not for long, and maybe this sort of thing is possible. Yeah, so he's bringing the rook over to defend this potential promotion square. Not gonna happen, because of course king just took the pawn. But still, white has 2 pawns versus 1, there's also a knight, and I think... oh, he just blundered the knight, but maybe white believes. Actually, black has 1 more minute than white does, so maybe black can do some black magic. The good old black magic. So, black is about to lose the last pawn. This is probably not defendable. However, let's see, black is playing with fire here, but okay. Well, now it should be a draw, right? So I will assume both players will somehow just, you know, agree for a draw, but maybe not. So in the other games, in the meantime, Aman won against Vaisak Mohan, Robert Demiro won against Henrik 42, Dusan lost against Marvelous Deutschland, and there is also Runter von Mir who won against Django Fat. I know that guy. Very nice to see him here. He's a relatively new player to chess, but he's already playing against big guns. He's not afraid of anything. But yeah, in this game, these guys are just moving their rooks around. I don't think they have anything better planned for tonight. Just shifting rooks back and forth. Very exciting stuff. And why don't they just agree for a draw? Can someone offer a draw, guys? If you guys have phone number of those two, NS Noskov Molten Chess, give them a call, tell them, press the button, it's on the bottom right of the screen, offer a draw. Do the thing. Don't play with this fire, there is no fire to begin with if you just make reasonable moves. But maybe they're enjoying this. You know, some people just love chess. I really like chess too, I really enjoy playing chess. Maybe not this kind of position, but you know, to each its own, so maybe they like it. Now they're setting up some kind of pin, maybe black will miss it somehow, and of course not. And now they're just having fun, shifting their rooks and kings around. Very exciting match, and yeah, I wonder who will win or lose. I bet nobody. But there's, alright, there is also time, so yeah, the flagging. Only now I realize the flagging is the real issue, but there is a 50 move rule, and I haven't seen this in a long time, so I want to post this in a WhatsApp group. Because I really haven't seen this in a long time in our tournaments. Well done, NS Nosk and Molten Chess. Very cool. Yeah, this is like one of my favorite games lately. Alright, let's go back to the tournament. Round 3 has started. What can we watch? Is there something super duper exciting? Yeah, I assume... Yeah, let's first just open the games and don't think much. And yeah, here we have Mad World against Molten Chess. Both of them have 1.5 points, so that's super cool. And let's add some more games. Rania against Harp 98, that's something I want to watch. Harp 98 is once again missing for half a minute for some reason. Get back to playing the game. And then Runter von Mir against Robert Demiro, both have 2 points, also super interesting. And then we have William 2806 against Chekiv. Also 2 players with 1.5 points, super exciting. And this game is also huge, look at this, NS Nosk against Henrik 42. Many big games, honestly. And I don't even know where to start. Let's go to... So technically this is board 1, both players have 2 points and they played King's Gambit. I want to see which variation accepted. King's Knight Gambit, this normal stuff. It seems like just pushing all the pawns on the world and hoping for the best. And now we are here. Yeah, that's some King's Gambit. Look at this pawn structure. They're just going forward. They're attacking. It's just move 15. God damn, they just go there. They just don't care. And Freyed, yes, of course. Why not Freyed? And then maybe he will decide to pin here. I don't know. What do these players even want? So black is pawn up and he's also attacking. So I guess white doesn't want to trade much. That would be my logic. White is also going for his own attack with pawns ahead. I guess that's how you play blitz, right? You just push everything forward, just run ahead. No thinking. Just push the pawns. Yeah, here you go, another pawn push. E3. And this starts to look scary. Just 2 squares away from promotion. Is E2 a natural move? I think it is. Yeah, what do you do here? What do you do? This looks frisky. Yeah, so black gets another point of advantage here after this exchange. And yeah, white needs to do some magic. But white is once again under pressure. This is obviously attack on a queen, if you haven't understood that. And yeah, so bishop goes down, and now this queen is facing towards the king, but of course it's also defended and there is no supporting pieces. Now this bishop is pinned to the... yeah, black can just trade and there is nothing wrong with that. So now it's just queen and rook against the queen. Honestly, this is a quick win for Runter from here, it feels like, and there is not much that can be done. There is not much future for these pawns, and now there's already some sort of attack on the horizon. So I think this is a very cool move. Maybe this is also cool. And yeah, now this is a mate. Yeah, I think that was smarter than what I suggested, but yeah, very quick win, alright. In this game, what happened here? Aman won very quick. Alright, well done, Aman. Props to you. You might be watched, spectated in the next round. But let me move to another match. So what do we have here? This is board 1.5, and this is also board 1.5. So here one of the players has 3 points of advantage, and here Molten Chess has... no, here nobody has an advantage. Alright, let's watch this. So both players have equal material, and now rooks are facing each other on the A pawn. Rooks are off the board, and now there are many threats. This is obviously covered, this is also covered. So for now there is no threats. However, this bishop is now pinned, so maybe this sort of rotation is possible to finish off this attack. Yeah, he's going for that. So right now he needs to defend this knight, and if he doesn't defend, I mean if he does defend it, there is still a move, bishop to c. Alright, they outsmarted all my ideas and forget everything I just said. I guess that's just life. Actually, I haven't checked the YouTube comments. Here we have comment by Aman. Of course I'll be alright. Nice haircut. Thank you, Aman. I also really like the lack of hair. The less hair the better. More space for the brain, I guess. And also there's Kibu Clips, which is Molten Chess as far as I remember. He's saying I'm so slow and I'm so low. Well, you're certainly not low on skill, and you're certainly not low... well, I don't know how high you are, but I don't think you are very slow. Right now you're half a minute ahead, and I hope you're not listening to me right now, but, well, it is life, and life is life. And right now we have pair of bishops for white against knight and bishop for black. I wonder if we will have to see a knight and a bishop checkmate. Probably not, but would be nice. And yeah. So will he capture, recapture, and push another pawn forward? That could be an idea. There are also many pawns on dark squares, and there is a dark squared bishop, so there is another idea for white to play around. Honestly, just push the king or push something. Yeah, check is also nice, of course. Now he honestly could go here probably. But well, what do I know about chess? Not much. That much I can promise. And yeah, some interesting pawn tension. I'm not sure if white likes these trades, because now there are more pawns on light squares. It used to be nicer when they were on dark squares. But well, that's just life. Nothing much to do about this. And yeah. Life is life. Yeah. Yeah, as I already mentioned at the start of this stream, I'm not in a peak shape in terms of the brain performance. I had a long day and very little sleep, but I'm here for chess. I'm here for good times, and I hope all of you guys are doing well, having a nice evening, enjoying chess. You had nice dinners and lunches and breakfasts, and just a good weekend, I guess. The weekend is ending, but chess is never ending, and that's the good part about chess. It is continuous. It is never ending. So they just traded the pieces, and now there's just a funny pawn structures, but the white king is actually invading. Can he invade super hard? Can he invade so hard that he can grab every single pawn? And now this is something to calculate, I guess. But maybe black can hold by simply putting his king in the way, But you know, this is some advanced stuff and I'm not really sure if I know anything about advanced stuff. But I think white is doing well right now, so he has to move his king, so wherever he goes, white king is getting closer. Actually, white might win this. White is having an idea here. And white is really invading hard, just like we suggested earlier. It is actually possible to win this game. Yeah, this feels just like... yeah. Yeah. This is beautiful. This is chess. This is what chess is about. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I wish he also went here and took another pawn and then just stormed very hard with every single pawn he has. But it's already a very clear win for Mad World. 11-198. Yeah, we still don't know if it's 11th January or 1st November. I really want to find out, but yeah, congratulations on the win, and I think it's the actually final match of the round. Is someone still playing? This game is over. There's also this game. Hold on. Slow pawn with 1 minute against Hassan with 4 seconds. Yeah, 4 seconds against 1 minute. One Spartanian warrior against thousands of Americans. Just nonsense, don't mind me, but this is the end. Yeah, congratulations to Slow Pawn on this win on time, but he was also one point of material up, so I think this is deserved. And we are in round number 4. What should we watch? Let's check out this game. So Harp 98 against Molten Chess. Somehow Harp is ahead of this very strong guy Molten Chess, and they're both in the chat, so I guess this is chat derby. But also let me put some more games on the screen. So there's Runter von Mir against Wilhelm 2806. Is this board 1? Maybe it is, I'm not sure. There's also Marvelous Deutschland against Robert De Miro, 2 points each. There's Enes Notsk against Mad World 111198. Both of them have 2.5 points. Very cool stuff. And let's put another game. There's Hendrik 42 and against Chekiv. I haven't checked on those guys in a while, but they seem to be doing well. Well, I hope they're doing well, like having a good time and stuff. And yeah, let's check board number 1, I guess. We have William 2806 against Runter von Mir. And so far so good, everything is equal. They're playing Queen's Gambit Decline, Marshall Defense. No idea which defense that is. I'm not supposed to know, I think. And even if I knew, I don't think it's important actually. So yeah, so pawn structure just got ruined a bit on the king side of white. Also queen is under pressure, or is it? I think it was a blunder actually. Yeah. So the idea was if he takes, he can win the queen, but actually he cannot win the queen because bishop is defending, so this is just a blunder by black, I assume. And yeah, blunders happen on every level, even on our super high level of Hamburg Sunday 2026, round number 6, I guess tournament number 6. Well, technically it's the 7th tournament, but who cares? I do actually care. And now, well, since white is up the material, I will just trade. Yeah, he does that, put another rook, offer another train, and live a happy life. Marry a wife, raise children who play chess, and participate in Hamburg Sunday for the rest of your days. And as of now, queen is under attack, and that's no good. Queen has to move away to safety. Let's propose a nice square, something like b5. Or to defend this pawn, a4. Actually, you don't need to defend this pawn because knight on c3 is doing the job. Of course, I will be alright, said I saw the mate, but still did it. Let's see. So they played Gioco Piano, Gioco Pianissimo variation. He saw this mate and he still did it. And now this says the best move was And before that, the best move was b3. And alright, whatever. You lost, congratulations to the winner. Let's go back to the game where things are still happening. Although, since white is already up the material, maybe this game is sort of over. But it's only 4 points of material, so everything can change, and this is still blitz, so you never know. Things can change at any moment. So queen trade is over, black doesn't want to trade, he's down the material. We know that much about chess to know these things. And yeah, I think, yeah, just offer more trades of pieces here. I think that would be natural. And here, if he takes with the knight, there's a battery that will target the f7 pawn with a strong threat. Not checkmate yet, but very strong looking. I would really like that if I was the white player. And of course, black sees that and he doesn't want to take, but maybe he has to. I don't know, because if he, maybe he just runs away. I don't know if he can. I mean, you can always try running away, but it comes with the risk. And this move didn't happen. I just pressed some buttons by accident, so don't mind me. Let's press the reload and see what's happening. Yeah, so black is thinking. He's offering some complications, but I'm not sure if there are any complications. I think he just takes with the check here, and he's very happy. Yeah, I think he just wins here. Just, let's say he takes with a check, he might retake with a queen if he wants to, then, yeah, takes, and then, yeah, game would be over. What did actually happen? Let's press reload. We're still here. No, we're not here. We're actually here. Why though? Okay, not my business. Players know what they're doing. They're stronger than me. I'm just a funny commentator. And so far they're just avoiding trades elegantly. Now he's capturing with a check, ruining the structure at the same time. Just captured the bishop, nothing to think about, very nice. And yeah, what's the plan now? Can give some funny check, and maybe. Yeah, the check honestly doesn't lead anywhere, but to win time it is an option. In the meantime, there's also some pawn tension on queen side, but honestly white is having a nice position, has nothing to worry about. So yeah, so he's attacking the queen here with the move knight to d4, and now black queen needs to move around. Yeah, it's very important for white to stay on this diagonal. I guess he's offering some sort of trade here. Black doesn't want to trade, he might give this check, he does. The only move for white's king is king to h2. Could be an option to give another check, but obviously it is defendable, so it's not that strong. In another game, Edward 1-1-1 knight e1 against Dennis Nutsk. And yeah, I guess that also puts Mad World somewhere around board 1. But yeah, we're still here. Runto for me about to get 4 points after this round. Is it actually round number 4? Is it round number 4? It is round number 4. So if Runto for me wins this game, he'll be on a clean sweep so far and going for the first place, obviously. Very, very strong performance, but yeah, we also have to think that unfortunately first round was slightly, hurt by the connection issues of chess.com. So right now, I think would be a nice trap if... Well, never mind, they just resigned. So let's move to another game. Marvelous Deutschland is playing against Robert De Niro. And what do we have here? Marvelous Deutschland is up ahead in material by 5 points. Also, yeah, up ahead in time by a lot. Seems like a very easy game to play. He will try to win this pawn, but I guess there is nothing to worry about. Yeah. And king can't really approach here because knight is covering the squares. And if any of these pawns are pushed forward, king is capturing them. Very, very nice position. So now this check is obvious for me, but maybe not for everyone. Interesting moves here. I will propose a check. Play a check. I mean, now it's not as cool as it was before, but at least actually if he goes here, he can just spin around. Yeah, I mean, you can just trade everything and win the spawns and win the game, nothing hard about that. And then, yeah, another easy victory, I guess. Prost to everyone. And yeah, you don't even need to protect this knight, just push forward, who cares? Yeah, exactly. Just go forward. This cannot be stopped, and yeah. Actually, maybe stalemate is still possible, so let's not neglect that opportunity. Molten chess has aura. Hell yeah. I like this kind of comment. He has aura. Let's see. Oh, there's one more game still happening. Dusan Silva, my boy, is having 1 second on the clock, 0 seconds, and he lost on time. God damn it. Alright, let's continue. Molten Chess has aura. I really want to meet Molten Chess and see the aura myself. But maybe, yeah, in the near future. And now round number 5 has started. I want to go to board number 1, and it must be the game between Runter von Mir and Mad World 11189 with English opening. Let's see what other games are happening nearby. There is Molten Chess against Marvelous Deutschland. There is William 2806 against Low Pawn 7. There is also Chekiv against Runner 100. And there's also... Hold on, let me close these tabs. There's also Robert De Niro against Harb 98. Sorry for my broken English. Once again, people are just disappearing. Robert De Niro has been missing for almost 1 minute at this point. Could be a wheezy victory for Harb 98. Goddamn it, the numbers are just getting confused in my head. So let's move to the game number 1. Runter von Mir against Mad World 11198. And we have English opening sort of structure. I have no idea how to play English opening, but it's supposed to be a slow and peaceful kind of thing, and it's exactly what we see here. And yeah, black to move. Central pawns still haven't moved, so we could call it a hyper modern approach by black. They do whatever they like doing. It's Blitz after all, you can play anything you like. It doesn't really matter, as long as you play fast. Now, time management is very, very important. As well as, yeah, being vigilant on tactics, not blundering any pieces, and yeah, just having a good time, I guess. Is everyone having a good time? I see 9 concurrent viewers on the stream. Are you enjoying the show? Are you enjoying chess? Are you having a good evening? What did you have for dinner? What did you have for your drink? I hope some of you are having a nice tea. I didn't have time to make tea, so I'm having a drink I brought from a chess club earlier today. They were generous enough to provide free drinks, and I grabbed one. Maybe it wasn't free, but I didn't ask, so that's how it is sometimes. So knight to f5, simple development move. Central pawns are still standing still, and I find that very interesting to watch. And as white player, maybe you want to, I don't know. Yeah. So this move sounds very reasonable, because now this pawn cannot even move. As soon as it moves, white can threaten this knight on c6, which is very strong. Bro, I feel like Mad World is so good. Said right, hide. Very challenging name, I like this. 47652, I appreciate your nickname and your comment. Yeah, everyone is playing very well, many strong players in this tournament, and I don't know who these people are, but I like that they play in my tournament. And I feel bad for saying my tournament, I want to say our tournament. We all make this tournament as good as it is by participating, by being active in the chat, by simply being part of the group. So thank you all of you for being part of the show, part of the tournament, part of the community, and for loving and enjoying chess. Bishop to e3. Yeah, I also wouldn't take. Maybe white can consider to take if he thinks this knight is strong, but this knight can easily be replaced by another knight. So then there's, yeah, as if nothing has been achieved by this move. And now this bishop is also feeling sort of silly. Staring at this knight, staring at its own pawn. What does it do? There's a very cool chess phrase. Bad bishops defend good pawns. But now this bishop cannot be bad because it doesn't exist anymore. So rest in pieces, that bad bishop that hasn't been bad. I think it's been pretty good. I think that hasn't done anything bad, and honestly made a capture of a knight, and capture of a knight is always pretty nice. And now this knight on b5 could be a promising asset. For instance, you could capture this knight on c6 and win a pawn. But white probably doesn't want to lose this bishop because this bishop is very valuable, and maybe he also sees more potential in this knight than just hunting some random pawns. Maybe they can go for repetition here, that would be funny. Unfortunately, they did not go for repetition, they continue on playing a game. This knight keeps on dancing, running around the board, enjoying chess, enjoying good time. Pawn to d5, scare the knight away. Now another pawn push would be pretty reasonable, I think, but then it would also block this bishop, so now that's also something to consider for black. And black is taking time to think. Black has only 2 minutes on the clock, and yeah, black is actually the one who is in the lead of the tournament. 4 out of 4 points so far, and maybe Mad World will stop him. Someone in the chat suggested that Mad World is super strong. Let's see right now if this is true. So some kind of capture is happening in the center of the board. The type of capture I don't understand. And a check on the king. King will simply go away. Actually, no. Yeah, can just capture. He can just capture. Was it a blunder by white? I have no idea, because I don't know chess rules. Does anyone in the chat knows chess rules? Please explain to me ASAP. Yeah, I want to go back for a moment, maybe try to understand, because I feel like I missed something. So in this capture, bishop is protecting, of course, so nothing can happen. Then the check, and yeah, I think this was simply a blunder. All right. Blunders are okay, but this might be even a bigger blunder. Fork on a knight and a queen. I unfortunately missed it because I was looking for some chess understanding. And yeah, Runta for me, 5 out of 5. Going for a clean sweep, very impressive, very cool, very nice. And you think Mad World will win, but Mad World just lost the game. So I think Mad World cannot even win the tournament because he's 1.5 points behind Ruda von Mir, and there's only 1 round left to play. So for him it's over in terms of the tournament results, but the tournament is still continuing. Here we have Ranveer against Chekiv. Ranveer is 3 points up. In this game we have Robert De Miro 7 points up against Harp 19. And what is this structure? What is this? So confusing, but okay. I think this capture is possible. Just capture, capture, and then this. Am I missing something? Seems like I got a takeaway the 6-6 from Runta von Mir. Yeah, I would like you to do that if you can. That would be fun, that would be entertaining, some drama. And it was actually King's Gambit again. What did they do? King's Gambit declined. Now that's a ballsy move. Alright. But now I think, yeah, now the game should be over, right? Now this is not defendable. Let's move on to another game. Harp 98 lost. And we're going to check if against Ranvier. Ranvier is 2 points material up, basically these 2 points, I mean. And A2 pawn is about to promote, super cool. So what's the natural move? I guess running away. Yeah. What will he do? Guess he might just bring the king over. What about bring another pawn over? Yeah, just giving some checks, very interesting. Another check will come. But what's afterwards? No, he's actually not checking. He's bringing king closer to participate in the match. And yeah, interesting enough. Ranvier has 2 more points, 2 more pawns, but this is still not the end of the world. Game is still tough to play, it seems. And he is also having half a minute advantage of time. Very interesting. Yeah, so I guess many players of the tournament are also in the chat and having a good time discussing chess, discussing each other's elo, each other's best moves. And I also want to know the best moves, to be honest. Yeah, just series of checks, 20 seconds for Chekiv, 36 seconds for Ranvier. And yeah, they're playing very carefully. I guess they're strong players. Yeah, I was wondering if White could have captured the pawn earlier. I guess he couldn't. Because he was worried that something bad will happen. Now King is also here. And yeah, I think the flagging is a real option here. Ranvier has 20 seconds, 8 seconds for Chekiv. Honestly, they have to just play fast and repeat the same moves, I think, and that should work. None of the players know how to win this position. And I also don't know, I still don't know how Horsey moves. If you know how Horsey moves, please write in the chat. Series of checks, he's flagging possible, 7 against 2, 7 against 1, draw by repetition, moi, chef's kiss. That's my favorite result. And yeah, I think that was the last game of the round. And round number 6 is beginning. So I guess we will watch Runter from your game to find out if he can make it 6 out of 6 tonight. He's playing as Marvelous Deutschland. Interesting. And Molten Chess is playing against William 2806. Both of them have 3.5 points. We also have Ranvier against Robert De Miro. We have Chekiv against Mad World. And we have... What do we have? We have Hassan against Hendrik 42. Hassan is sleeping, so... Okay, he woke up. He's playing Birds Opening. What? Am I converting people to Birds Opening, or do we just realize that Birds Opening is power? Birds Opening is love. Birds Opening is victory. I will just follow this for a moment to check that he plays the right move. So far theory seems correct. He can play this. This is also a good move. Let's see what Black does. I'm just invested in Birds Opening. I'm so sorry. If someone wanted to watch board 1, I'm stuck on this game to watch Birds Opening for a moment. Yeah, now you have to capture here to ruin the structure. And then you can play either bishop to b2. Could be a mistake if Black punishes. Black doesn't punish. Captured the knight. Capture. If you don't capture, I switch to another match. Capture. Ah. Come on. The knight. Also another idea to attack the bishop here and maybe to unpin the queen, play d3 and push this knight forward. But if you capture, also a common move would be to play knight to c3 and then put it on a4 to target this ruined pawn structure. Alright, I'm not too happy about the capture on c6 not happening, so let's go back to board number 1. This is not board number 1. This is board number 1. And Marvelous Deutschland is 1 pawn up at the moment. So this is promising. Maybe he can stop Runter von Mir from winning 6 out of 6. Would be very interesting. Would be very, very interesting to see. And yeah, right now this bishop on e5 is sort of targeted by the queen, but it's also defended, so we're cool. Very unusual move, rook to g8. Not something I understand, but something I have to respect because these players are strong and I'm just a funny commentator. So what will black do? Yeah, this seems reasonable. Bishop needs to go somewhere safe and he doesn't want to simply trade it for something unnecessary. And yeah, actually this pin right now. There's this threat. Let's see if, yeah, white sees it, he prepares this pawn, so I think the move for black is to try to remove this pawn so that this move still works. This is also an option, of course, but then he will play b5 probably, right? I mean, if he captures, it's bad, so he has to play b5 right now. And then he doesn't want to capture because this knight will come very strong. Alright, so neither of these things happen. Instead, Runter von Mir creates another threat. And yeah, he can recapture with the knight here, so it will be fine. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, you don't want to capture once again because knight to b5 looks very strong and annoying. Oof, yeah, I'm not sure if I like these moves because after he captures here, knight is attacked by the rook and queen has to defend multiple pieces. I mean, right now this bishop doesn't need the defense, but potentially it does. And yeah, let's see what white does. Honestly, capturing... no, right now capturing is not so good. Because you open or you bring the rook in. Both options don't look nice. I think black has to explore the option of attacking the queen through the d file. Could be very interesting. Yeah, instead queen goes away to f3, expecting the threat. Black is trying to be annoying, he captures. I mean, he attacks the annoying bishop. And now black's annoying bishop is under attack and being annoyed. Many annoyances in this game. Yeah, I like this move, but maybe now this is less efficient. Maybe you wanted to capture first and then play the rook, but whatever. This is all minor things. Aman is writing "sad tournament for me" like usual. But you know, maybe you will be a candidate for random diamond membership. And it will fix everything. It will make this tournament a success. If your diamond membership has expired. If it hasn't, then you're not in contention. So that's something to think about. And yeah, Marvelous Deutschland is still holding against Runter von Mir. It's still pawn up. So this is not so clear. Actually, Runter von Mir is only having 1 minute, so he will have to play super fast and super smart to actually stay in the match. Yeah, the advantage for black is increasing every second. But king is super exposed, so he has to be careful. Yeah, so he's defending from this attack, which would be a fairly strong attack, no matter how you look at that. But maybe white still has some ideas here. Yeah, honestly, bringing rooks over could be an idea. But black is also attacking, nothing to laugh about. Now this fork could be strong. And yeah, I guess he might play it. Yeah, he does play the fork. Yeah, white only has 30 seconds and problems just never disappear. Game is as complicated as it was 5 seconds ago. Nothing has changed. I'm tweaking today. Live is hard already. Had an OTB game today. You had no TB game today. Did you play in the Blankinese David Set Challenge? Did you win? That's all that matters. If you won, then life is good. I think white is crumbling. Black is 2 points of material in advantage. I never know how to formulate this advantage sort of sentence. I need to practice my English. I need to practice. Yeah, now yeah, okay. Could have penned the queen nicely, but I guess black is still fine. White only has 5 seconds. And yeah, very strong attack from black, and it will not be 6 out of 6 tonight. No clean sweep from Ruther for me, but he still had a great tournament. And maybe he's still first place, I have no idea. I'm not following the results. Does anyone know? Does anyone know who is winning? So black won on time. There's still... The last board is still playing Dusan Silva against Django Fat. My boys are playing against each other. Let's support them, let's send them good energy. And yeah, let's go, let's go. Dusan with huge time advantage and Django Fat running away. I think in this sort of advantage you just trade, I mean, take the queen, it doesn't matter. Just do it. It really does not matter. Just take everything. Take the queen, take the knight. Bring the rook, push the pawn, and then flag your opponent. Play dirty chess. No mercy. However, Dusan is taking his time to think. He's a very honorable man, so he tries to win this with honor, without disrespecting anyone. And yeah. Let's see if I already can prepare something for later tonight. Because I need to do Wheel of Names to choose the random diamond membership. So now the queen is spent and the game is over very, very soon. Zero 0.4 seconds for black to not lose, and simply playing this move should already finish the game. Pre-move or something, probably not, because he used 0.3 for that move. You may enable your pre-moves and now game should be over. White wins on time, and Ruther von Miel still wins the tournaments. I mean, naturally 5 out of 6 is great performance in any scenario, no matter how you look at it. But you also have to be honest about it and remember that first round everyone had some issues with connections. So this tournament, I'm very apologizing for that. I'm very sorry that we had this connection issue and that everyone had to suffer because of that. So at least 1 point in this round, I mean in this tournament, was slightly unfair, so I'm a little unhappy about that, but still congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to Ruther von Miel for winning the tournament. Congratulations to William2806 and Medworld111998 for scoring 4.5 out of 6 and also getting second and third place in this tournament. Very, very nicely done. We had some nice games and I had some fun. Now let me switch to the Wheel of Names, because we need to choose people who will win the thingy, the diamond membership. So let me rotate my screens around, don't mind me. And yeah, let's see. I need to make it bigger actually. 1 second guys, don't you worry. So first person for contention is Marvelous Deutschland. Then we have Robert Demiro. Then we have Slow Pawn 7. Then we have Hendrik 42. Then we have Ernest Nutsk. Then we have... Oh, that's it. Everyone else has memberships. Alright, so these 5 people will be in contention for the free diamond memberships of the week. Let's go. And this is NS Notes. Congratulations on the win. You get your free diamond memberships of the membership of the week. Sorry for my poor English, my brain is not working anymore because I'm having too much fun these days by being busy. I hope you're all busy. And yeah, thank you all for playing, for joining the tournament, for joining the chat, for enjoying chess. I hope you had a nice weekend, and I hope you have another nice week ahead, and we see you next week. And am I going to make this tourney OTB in Schoenhagen? I don't think so, because I know I'm not in the team that organizes events in the tournament, but I will be there to say hi to everyone, and I'll also spread the word when you're in Schoenhagen. Tell others about my tournament so that we have even more strong players every weekend, and that will be more fun. I think we will do other things, not this tournament. We'll just have fun, we'll play some chess. And yeah, see you next week. I hope you do 6 out of 6 next week. That will be super fun. And yeah, bye bye guys. Have a good night, I guess. Good night, everyone. See you next time. Cheers. Or cheese. Cheers. Sponsor of the stream, Vita Malt.